Welcome to TCM. I'm Michael Feinstein. We're devoting tonight to the fabulous Lucille Ball, and up next is a film that showcases her at the peak of her career as a performer and personality. From MGM in 1954, it's The Long, Long Trailer. This movie was Ball's first film after a 3-year hiatus from movie making, but that doesn't mean that she wasn't still busy. In fact, she was dominating another medium, television. Along with her husband, Desi Arnaz, she had become iconic as the star of I Love Lucy and became far bigger on television than she had ever been on the screen. Lucy and Desi were so immensely popular that they were naturally considered as co-stars for a comedy that was being developed over at MGM about a couple of newlyweds who spend their honeymoon towing a gigantic trailer from LA to Colorado, but in the process head from wedded bliss to the very edge of divorce. Every week on television, Lucy demonstrated that she could deftly handle the comedy sequences required for this film, and cannily capitalizing on their small screen success, Lucy and Ricky Ricardo were emphasized at every turn. Even the film's character names were similar to Lucy and Ricky, namely Tacy and Nicky. Well, for Lucy, this film was a bit of sweet revenge. She had been under contract to MGM in the mid-1940s, but was less than satisfied with the supporting parts that she was offered, though I have to say that I loved her as the whip lady in the Ziegfeld Follies. The Long, Long Trailer would allow her to return to MGM in triumph. She was given the dressing room that was once reserved for Lana Turner, and Desi moved into Clark Gable's old digs. So here from 1954, directed by the incredible, versatile Vincent Minnelli, with a cast that also includes Marjorie Main and Keenan Wynn. Here's The Long, Long Trailer. The Long, Long Trailer was one of the year's top-grossing films, despite worries that people wouldn't pay to see stars on the big screen whom they could see for free on TV. In fact, the success of the film led to a re-teaming of Ball and Arnaz 2 years later in Forever Darling, which also co-starred James Mason. But that film wasn't as successful, though Lucy and Desi still had their day jobs. I Love Lucy kept rolling along, first as a half-hour sitcom, and then later as the Lucy-Desi Comedy Hour, my favorite episode of that being the show with Tallulah Bankhead. Lucy would eventually headline 2 more sitcoms, one right after the other. One was The Lucy Show, and the other was Here's Lucy. Coming up next, in 40s Technicolor, Lucille Ball plays herself in a splashy MGM musical, also featuring June Allison, Gloria DeHaven, and Nancy Walker.